All right, welcome back to Mr. Jeffrey's Don't Poke the Bear Math channel. Uh, Today we're covering solving algebra absolute value inequalities, and that's hard to say, and it's even harder to understand because you can't have an absolute value and it not be equal to something. Dun dun dun. But first of all, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, get all the updates. Now, oh, and turn on post notifications. Thank you. One of my in-class students helped me with that. The reason why we're trying to get enough subscribers is because if I get enough, I can actually do something about my receding hairline. Okay, that's the goal. Okay, so now when we are going through this, oh, and I'm also looking for sponsors. Oh, I may want to connect to the TV. I'm just, you know, this is a fly by night operation here. I know this is such a high dollar operation. That's why everybody subscribes. Don't forget. Okay. And now, I'm smart. So, solving graph. All right. This cracks me up when I see this because when you think absolute value, when you think absolute, it's like one thing. Okay. But then we know with inequalities that it can be multiple different answers. Okay. Again, makes no sense. I blame this due to the fact that when this was created, that opium was used like Tylenol and ibuprofen, and there's all these people doing math and just high and stuff, so that's fine. And I did have a student yesterday. They asked me. They said, "Is the reason you like superheroes is because math was created by evil geniuses to torture teenagers, and you're here to save us?" And I went, "Yes." Back to the example. Now, so if we're looking at this stuff right here, all right, here's my original problem. Okay, and also in absolute values, there's two different ones. Okay. Now, I love this. When we had our test the other day, I actually got a couple of these back that said the guts. Okay. So remember, we take the guts, what's in the middle of the absolute value, we write it down twice. Okay. Now, here's where it gets a little persnickety. Okay. We have one that's just as it's given. And then we have one where we multiply what's ever on the right hand side by -1, and we flip that alligator head because we added mushrooms or rutabagas or something we don't like to eat, sardines, something like that to it, and it made the alligator change its head. Like, no, I don't want to eat that. Okay, so when we do this now, you actually, I wrote it like this, and I didn't give y'all enough room to write right here. That's amazing. Told you, high dollar. You know, maybe it could be more high dollar if I could start making monies off this thing. Now, I know, got to have 1,000 subscribers. I have 20 something right now. Only 980 to go. All right. So it's kind of like what we were doing yesterday. And remember, we had this red bar, and you could do the red bar if you wanted to or whatever. But these, you could actually do this one at a time. Okay. If you wanted to, which is, it's okay. Sometimes I like to be fancy with it and do some fancy math and like do all this all at one time. But it just depends on how fancy I'm feeling. All right. So this is funny. This concept, this part right here that's in the blue, that's the main concept of this. That's it. Afterwards, it's just a regular one step inequality like we did a couple of days ago. So, um, if you can get this part down, 9 times out of 10, I'm like, yes. Okay, that's a good thing. Now, our two numbers that we have -2, we have 2, and I'm going to put 0 right there because I just want to. All right, both of these have a closed circle. And now, if you look, if you look, these are involving and, okay? So if you remember from our compound inequalities, these are and, this is an and sandwich. So our shading goes right there in the middle. Oh, Batman. No, 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 no. Now, so it's this is why I've kind of tagged this along right behind the compound inequalities, because it's really about the same thing. Okay. Um, and just getting some practice. You got to have these foundational skills before moving on. Okay. It's kind of the walk, jog, run. You know, it's not like how I was taught to swim. Family member grabbed me and threw me in a really deep pond, and it was either swim or get eaten by turtles. So nope. All right. So we good here? Those in class, those at home, remember you can always pause and rewind. Now, so let's look at this one. What do we need first out of this? The guts. Yeah, we got to take the guts out. Now, anybody that it's almost like, who was it in Mortal Kombat? They would reach in and grab somebody's spine and pull it out. Was it Sub-Zero? Okay, that was awesome. So you're reaching it in and you're pulling out those guts. All right. And then we have one that's as is. And then we have the anchovies over here. Okay. We have the anchovy one, which is like this. So we flip this sign and we change it to -5. Okay. Now, a while ago, I did one with that big red divisor bar or separator bar, not divisor, because we're not doing another step in math. Now we could actually solve. Again, you could go right through the left side and then to the right, or, this is me being fancy. So, either way, go away. High dollar operation. All right, either way, we have this right here. All right. Now, we're going to have a special guest on our lesson today. We have Counselor Miss Rosalind Smith is stepping in. Okay. All right. Yeah, we're teaching online. You're going to get to be on my YouTube channel. Yeah, we're doing well. Hopefully everybody else is doing well. We got a new student. All right. Are you dropping him off right now? All right. So if you'll have a seat right there, she will go get you a handout. All right. So that was, our nice neighbor, our counselor, Miss Rosalind Smith here, and maybe she'll pop in. I don't know. I think they're just trying to put every new student in my class. That's just how it works. Sometimes she agrees, and we're moving on. All right. So what you miss is we're doing some fancy math and we're pulling guts out of stuff, okay? So we're doing number 2 right now, and you can, if you need to, you can jump in on the next one, okay? All right. And those at home, you should be following along because you're going to subscribe and hit that button now, to get notifications. So here's my number line. I know -8 is over here. I know 2 is over here. I could put, I like putting 0 in there. Just, 0 doesn't get enough acknowledgement because, you know, the Mayans were the first people to do that. Yes. Say it again. Okay. Uh, question was, why are we doing 2 different problems? What you missed, because you were one of the new students that came in, when we did this right here, if we had this problem with the equal sign, we would actually have one where we would take the guts and say that it's equal to 5 and the guts like this and then equal to -5. Because when we put everything in the absolute value, it makes it positive. And if it seems really weird, it's kind of hard to get sometimes on the first time. And I know you're looking at me like I don't really understand what's going on. It's okay. We've got plenty of time to catch you back up, okay? Just every time here, I'll make you a deal. Every time that you're in my math class and you see absolute value signs and we're solving for something, there's two problems. Okay? It's like the good version and the evil version. Okay? Yeah. All right. So I've got an open circle on both of my numbers. And where would I shade? In the middle. Okay. So yeah, I know people at home have to be enjoying this because my students, I mean, they are about to urinate on themselves. They are laughing so much. They're having such a great day. Just awesome. Just awesome. Good thing that you can't hear them on this little microphone. It doesn't pick up 20 feet away. All right. So, all right, there was a weird noise. I don't know what that was from. Now, all right. So, all right, when we have, we got basically this is what we do. We see absolute value, we'll pull the guts out. We have the given version and the not so good given version, okay? And again, if it doesn't make sense, blame drugs, okay? This is why you shouldn't do drugs. All right? No, why you shouldn't do drugs. You heard that wrong. All right. What does drugs have to do with math? The reason why is because when a lot of this was created and founded and stuff, they used opium, which is the main thing for like heroin, morphine, and stuff like that. They use that like Tylenol. Yeah. So you'd wake up, oh, I have a headache. You just pop up some opium and then all of a sudden go there. Yes. Yeah. That's it. Wow. See, I'm so great. Brand new student figured it out. New yesterday. All right. So we got to pull out the guts. So reach in, grab hold, and pull them out. All right. Now, after we pull the guts out, because remember, like we did yesterday, we're sneaking up on it like the cat does. Okay, my cat tried to attack me again last night. I saw it sitting in the bushes. I came on and went at me, and I yelled at it, and it was fun. Now we have one like it's written. Okay, because remember, absolute values, you can have a positive version. Anything, if I put in a positive, it gives me positive. If I put in a negative, it gives me positive. Okay. And then I have the bizarro or the evil twin of it, dun, 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 where I flip the sign and multiply this by -1. Okay. Now, this is one of those times that there is a lot going on right on my paper. Okay. Well, this is a screen. Y'all is for a paper. If I was doing this, it'd be paper. So I'm going to kind of make a little division bar um, to say, hey, don't get confused, Jeffries. All right. So I'm going to slide into this one. I'm going to look right here. Here's my variable. Okay. 2 and y are being multiplied, and it has 8 subtracted from it. So I need to get rid of this 8. What's the opposite of -8? Add. Yeah. So we have to do this to get rid of that 8. So now I have 2y is less than or equal to 12. Now, 2 and y are being multiplied. What's the opposite of multiply? Divide. All right. And we get 6. Yay! I have 26 subscribers now. The number is growing. If we were covering exponentials, the subscribers would be going exponentially. I am killing it. Look, I'm gonna end up with enough subscribers. My receding hairline will not be receding anymore. All right. Here's what's kind of fun about these absolute values. We're basically doing the same steps on each side. Okay. So this is where you need to be very careful to make sure if you do one side correctly, hopefully you can do the other side correctly, concept wise. Now, calculation, if you're having a hard time with integers, remember use a calculator. I make fun of students that do not. Okay. And this is one of those times, -4 plus 8. Some people are like, well, I didn't, blah, 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 blah. Just use a calculator. Okay. You have calculators on your phone, you have the internet on your phone, use the tool, okay, like you're supposed to. All right, now I've got to divide by 2 again. So I get y is greater than or equal to 2. All right. So I'm going to put 2 right here. I'm going to put 6 right here. Oh, yes. Yeah, 4. You're thinking exactly what I was thinking because, 2, 4, 6. Let's be even for one time. All right. So, and if you think about it, like if we not kind of broke this down, you remember on this side right here, the numbers being eaten, so we go to the left. And then variables being eaten, so we go to the right. All right, so they kind of meet in the middle. All right. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Line underneath, closed circle. That means you're dating. Okay. No line underneath it. It's an open circle. You're friend zoned. We acknowledge you, but we don't include you. Okay. Yes. This is a great first day. You picked a great day to come. Tomorrow may be different. Who knows? Oh yeah, the joke of the day. What do you call a teacher that does not pass gas in public? A private tutor. Now, so it's not that bad. All right. So now we are doing these with the dreaded word or. Okay. And this was part of our stuff from our compound inequalities from yesterday. And then what was funny about our or problems is when we graphed them, they went opposite directions on our shading. Okay. Remember, it's like the cartoon characters, like which way did they go, and they went that way to confuse people. Yeah. So that's kind of where we're headed. Now, first things first. Let's get the guts. All right. Now, we have one that's like the nice one. Okay. That's the one, it's nice because it's given to us. Here you go. And then we have the other one that's the evil one that we have to change the sign and then multiply this by -1. Okay. So now, so if we're looking at this looks weird. X is actually being divided by 6. When it looks, I have a weird saying. Imagine that. When it's side by side, you must divide. When it looks like a fraction, you multiply. Okay. So because this is being divided, I'm actually going to multiply by 6. And I get X is greater than 30. Okay. So I could actually go ahead and graph this side right here. I could go over here, go on my number line, write the number 30. Okay. It's going to be an open circle. And I'm going to go now. Again, you can also graph your lines this way because this actually helps me see it because, I'm getting older. Maybe if I get some subscribers, I can, get better vision. All right. I can have supervision. All right. So I get to do the same thing. X less than negative 30. Okay. Now, we did not multiply by a negative. Our answer is negative. We only multiplied by positive, so we don't change this sign right here. Because I saw that on some people's faces. They're like, wait a minute, is that going to change the sign? No, it's not. All right. And I forgot a number, so I'm going to put 0 in there right there. Okay. So it's going opposite directions. Okay. Yeah. All right. I don't know if like I've got pollen in my nose or something. Or there's like a string in my mask that's like tickling my nose when I inhale. Goes. Yeah. All right. So again, solving it, we should know, and we know when we solve it, we sneak up on it like a cat, right? This part right here, and I'm gonna change that color. This part right here and right here. This is the whole concept that we have to understand for these absolute inequalities. Okay. Good deal, pickles? No? Nobody likes pickles? Okay. Hey, potato, potato. All right. So, number 2. Let's do this one in brown. So, we're going to pull out the guts. Okay. All right. And we're going to remember here's the good version. Here's the evil version. Okay. Now, I could also, do my line. And the line, if the line helps you, use it. If the line doesn't help you, you don't have to use it. Okay. All right. This is where they're side by side. If they're side by side, you must divide. Thank you. The brand new student got it. Yes. My life is vindicated again. Oh, nope. We don't need yellow because we're on number 2. We need this color. All right. So we have x is greater than or equal to 5, or x is less than or equal to negative 5. All right. And they're both closed circles, and they're going away from each other. Okay. So kind of think of or when you're graphing the or things like you know, the love of your life from last week that you just broke up with and now you can't stand the sight of them and you got to like go the opposite way. That's what the graph should look like. That was oddly specific, but it actually made sense, didn't it? Ah, it did. Hey, y'all just be glad y'all go to a school with 20, like over 2,000 people. I graduated with 68. Okay. There was no getting away from the people that you just broke up with. And it was a small town. You'd see them at the one four-way stop because we didn't even have a red light. Okay. All right. So feeling a little bit better about it? Yes, no, maybe. Okay. All right. Now, number 3. What's the first thing we do? Pull out the guts. All right. I can already tell there's going to be a lot going on, and I may or may not have taken my special vitamins today, so I need to do this little line so I can focus. All right. Then we have the nice version and the not so nice version. Okay. So on the left hand side, here's my variable. All right. I've got to add 8 to both sides. Add 8, add 8. Tree Y is greater than 15. Okay. divide by tree. All right. So if you're one of those people that you have to go ahead and graph this, wow, that's kind of crooked right there, but that's okay. All right. You could go ahead and put the 5 right there if you wanted to. Just so you're like, I've got that done. Okay. And we're going to actually do the same steps. Now, we're going to get a different number, but we're going to do the same steps right here. All right. All right. We're dividing by 3. Remember, when you divide by 3, 6, 9, and 11, it's going to be a repeating sign. I would actually just write this as my answer, especially on the ACT. They're not going to change it to .6 repeating. They're not going to do that. They're like, no, this is a standard that you should know. Okay. So you can actually just go right over here and put 1/3 down right here. And open circle and to the left. All right. So thank you for all those that subscribe. Come back next time. You'll know when the next video goes up if you do the alerts. Good stuff, good things. Roll Tide.